Can you imagine if the infamous Montreal Riot was the last show both Guns N' Roses and Metallica ever played? We'll tell you the very different reasons that seemed possible for each band, and other little-known facts about one of the craziest tours in rock history, in this edition of You Think You Know Classic Rock? But first, let us tell you about James Hetfield's magic wristband. The magnesium flare that burned the Metallica singer's arm on that fateful night in August of 1992 reportedly burns at 3,200 degrees. That's about 3 times what you need to melt iron, and twice what you need to melt steel. Hetfield suffered horrific 2nd and 3rd degree burns on his arms, but the area under this miracle wristband somehow emerged relatively unscathed.
Am I right here? Should have a longer wristband.
What the heck was that thing made of? The same thing they used to make Superman's suit? Did you know that's not even the closest someone came to dying on this tour? That honor goes to Slash, who went on a heroin bender after the September 24th show in Oakland, California. I collapsed like a rag doll in the hallway. My heart stopped for 8 minutes, or so I was told. But back to the Montreal Riot. Axl Rose has taken the brunt of the blame for the crowd having to wait several hours after Metallica's shortened show, and then for ending his own band set after just 9 songs, complaining of voice and monitor problems. But there are 3 facts to consider in his defense. Ready? Okay. First off, it reportedly took 2 hours for the crew to change over from Metallica's to Guns N' Roses stage even on a normal night. Second, this was Axl's first show back after doctors ordered him to cancel 3 shows in order to protect his damaged vocal cords. Third, as Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich explained in a phone interview soon after the incident, both bands had in fact been having problems with the sound system.
What we have out here is a combination of our PA and some of their monitors and stuff like that, and it's not been completely right yet for both bands.
You got out there and
we got out there,
you played anyway.
The PA fed back the entire time, the monitors fed back the entire time, the crowd was like non-existent.
So does all that get Axl off the hook? Not in Hetfield's eyes. He felt Rose could have done more to save the day, telling Rolling Stone magazine the singer, quote, made things 10 times worse and jeopardized people's lives. Rose's bandmate Slash also expressed shame over the incident, saying, quote, I couldn't look James, Lars, or anyone from their band in the eye for the rest of the tour. The resulting riot caused an estimated $400,000 in damages to the venue and the surrounding area. It's a good thing they didn't ask Guns N' Roses to pay for it. As Slash explains, the group barely broke even on this tour. According to the guitarist, Axl hired his stepbrother and sister to throw lavish parties with a different theme each night. There was a Roman bath party, a Mexican fiesta, and even a casino night. Between these, quote, stupid parties and the union fees the band had to pay for their shows so often running late, Guns N' Roses was spending 80% of what they made each night. You know things are bad when even the ultra-serious U2 are making fun of you. And that's just what Bono did to Guns N' Roses when his band visited the same venue a few weeks later. What time is it? He jokingly asked the crowd a few songs into their set. We gotta go. You know who really wanted off this tour? Mike Patton, lead singer for the opening act, Faith No More. He quickly became so unhappy on the tour that he actually planned to poop on the television monitors Axl Rose used to help him remember his lyrics on stage every night. Fortunately, he never got the chance to put this plan into action. According to Slash, an undisclosed incident between the bands got Faith No More booted from the tour early. So, who did a tour that couldn't possibly have needed any more controversy bring in as their replacement? Why, Ice-T and his cop killer singing heavy metal band Body Count, of course. After 25 chaotic and sometimes rescheduled shows, the tour finally wound up on October 6th in Duff McKagan's hometown of Seattle, Washington. And the very next day, his family attempted to stage an intervention for him. They had good reason to be worried. According to Slash, it was no big deal for us to polish off a half-gallon of vodka while sitting around backstage for 2 hours waiting to play. So why did both Guns N' Roses and Metallica think Montreal might be their last show? Well, for Metallica, it's probably pretty obvious, as Hetfield's accident made his guitar-playing arm
Bubbling like on the Toxic Avenger.
And it seemed Rose was at a breaking point as well, reportedly telling the crowd, quote, we got it together in Europe, only to have it come apart here. In case anyone is interested, this is going to be our last show for a long time. It was not their last show, of course. Hell, it wasn't even their last Canadian riot. In November of 2002, on what was supposed to be the opening night of the band's first North American tour in 9 years, a last-minute cancellation caused fans in Vancouver to turn violent, throwing bottles and rocks and smashing the venue's glass doors before police could intervene. All those years and lineup changes later, it would seem the band's appetite for destruction has remained intact. That's it for today. Stay tuned for more episodes of You Think You Know Classic Rock? Meanwhile, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check out more of the best in classic rock coverage on ultimateclassicrock.com.